This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Coming up, more from the governor about trying to open up some of the state on May 8th, and part 2 of our interview with a teacher living through a pandemic in China. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Carr, and we have a lot of information to get to from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. COVID-19 cases went up slightly in our 3-county area in Tuesday's reported numbers from the State Department of Health. 14 new deaths were reported in Luzerne County. Carbon and Schuylkill County both had 2 new deaths. Today, Governor Tom Wolf held a media call and discussed some of the metrics that will be used when considering what parts of the state are ready to start opening up on May 8th.
If we look at a part of Pennsylvania region where they're well within the capacity of the healthcare system to deal with it, if the cases are limited, if the rate of increase has been declining, those are the things we're going to look at.
COVID-19 testing started yesterday at the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township. 49 people were tested. The drive-through site can test a maximum of 200 people per day. Testing is for first responders, people in the medical field, and those who are 65 or over and have symptoms. You have to register a day in advance at health.pa.gov to be tested. Also, in Luzerne County, 128 county workers will be laid off Friday until May 31st because of economic and safety concerns during the pandemic. Those who got laid off had non-life-sustaining positions in the county. For similar reasons, 65 county employees were laid off in Schuylkill County. No date was set for when the furloughs would end there, but their county administrator says they will last for the minimum time necessary. I've been pretty honest with all of you about my emotions as we go through this whole thing, and let me tell you, get your tissues ready for this next story as we get some great news from Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. Miguela Altegra Collada was released from the hospital last week after suffering with COVID-19 and even being placed on a ventilator. Collada felt sick at work and then was admitted to the hospital the next day. After improving health, she was taken off of a ventilator but had a setback and had to be put back on. After 19 days in the hospital, she got better and was given quite the send-off when she was on her way home Friday. Yesterday, LVH Hazleton reported their number of COVID-19 cases peaked around last week, and numbers have seemed to stabilize, but they still urge people to social distance and stay home as much as possible so the number of cases will start to go down and not back up. Yesterday, we heard from Thomas O'Neill, a Shenandoah native now teaching in China. Today, he talks with Janine Lasant about how quarantine was different in China and how he thinks we should be handling staying at home here in America.
I was self-quarantined for 10 weeks before I went back to school. So it was, it's difficult. I was only allowed to leave my apartment twice a week. And so I had to have a special code put on your phone showing proof that you never had the coronavirus and that you were never, that you never had it. So, and that you don't have it, and that you were self-quarantined for 14 days. They had called the green code, and when you go into a store, you had to show the employees that code, and then they took your temperature to make sure you don't have a fever. I had to have your fingerprint, index finger scanned every time I left my apartment complex, so they could verify that it's actually you, because you're only allowed to leave twice a week.
Your advice to Americans, as we are again 6 weeks. You are 6 weeks ahead of us with this pandemic.
America is a free country, but part of the freedom is taking responsibility. Even though you feel that America is not like China and you have your freedoms, you should take responsibility to help other people, like practice social distancing, wear a face mask, because you may get the virus and not even know you have it. and then you could spread it to other people, and you could harm people. So you try to take responsibility for the freedoms that you have and appreciate those freedoms. But even though it's a difficult time, this will pass. It's not something that's going to be here permanently. So take some sacrifices and move forward, and try to help your neighbors and try to help the people around you. Like I have a cousin that's delivering meals to the elderly who can't get out. So they're taking this situation, and they're trying to be a positive force in the community, by helping others and feeling appreciative for what they have at the moment. Not to see what you can get from the situation, but try to give more and be a positive force in your community.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
We have a hazardous weather outlook for tonight with the possibility of some high winds. Here's our full forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy. We'll have a low of 26 degrees. Wednesday looks sunny with a high of 44, wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. At night, a 20% chance of snow showers, increasing clouds, low of 30 degrees. Thursday, 60% chance of rain and snow showers, mostly cloudy, high of 48. At night, an 80% chance of rain with a low of 42 degrees. Friday, rain is likely before 3 p.m., 80% chance, high of 51. At night, partly cloudy with a low of 36 degrees. Saturday, a 30% chance of showers after 3 p.m., partly sunny with a high of 55. Saturday night, rain is likely after 9 p.m., a 60% chance, mostly cloudy with a low of 41 degrees. Coming up, we have a great story about two parents who had a baby during this pandemic. And in sports, we look back on Tom Sheeler's 6 successful seasons as Monomoy area girls basketball coach. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Pennsylvania State Police have decided to cancel their summer programs, including Camp Cadet and Sunny Day Camp. The selection process for Camp Cadet in 2021 may be impacted. For more information, go to troopncampcadet.com. Also, the Furwood Music Camp has canceled regular camp activities for 2020. There are plans for the 2020 camp to be held online, and there is a possibility that seniors this year can come back for camp in 2021. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of the following: Arlene J. Klotz, 56 of Hazel Township. Services are private. You can send condolences at harmonfuneral.com. Patricia A. Gabriel, formerly of Drums, the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home in Freeland will announce arrangements. Richard M. Saullo Jr., 52 of Hazleton. Services will be announced after the COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home in Hazleton is assisting the family. Elaine Sweeney, 86 of Delano. The service is private. The Lamar Chris Funeral Home in Hometown is handling arrangements. And Anthony J. Delese Jr., 77 of Hazleton. Services are private. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home in Hazleton is assisting the family. You can send condolences at moranfuneralhome.com. Tonight's social news has been brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. For information, call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.